Hi, this is Bria with Incidental Wildland. Today I'm going to show you how to measure an existing pair of pants in order to have those measurements converted into your brand new pair of custom wildland pants. You'll need your favorite pair of non-stretch jeans or work pants. Make sure you check the tag, as many modern denim fabrics contain 1 to 3% elastane or spandex. Also a note, for fire purposes, these pants should not be skin tight. Dead airspace between your skin and the fabric is critical in protecting you from radiant heat on the fire line. You'll also need a flexible tape measure or a string of some kind and a regular tape measure. I'll be demonstrating the second method for those of you who don't have a flexible tape measure. You'll also need a pen and paper to record your results. Let's get started. For all these measurements, be sure your pants are laying flat with no folds or wrinkles, as this will distort your measurements. We'll start with two of the most critical measurements in the fit of your pants, the waist and the front rise. To measure the waist, simply hold the waistband up to your tape measure and multiply by 2. Don't be surprised if this number is higher than the one on the tag. To measure the front rise, you'll be measuring straight down the center front of the pant along the fly. Begin at the waistband seam and end at the crotch junction. If your pants have a gusset, we'll measure that later. Now we'll move on to low hip and thigh circumference. First, measure 5 inches down the side seam of the pants from the waistband. From this point, you'll measure straight across the hip and multiply by 2. This is your low hip measurement. Next, we'll measure the thigh. From the crotch junction seam, measure down 3 inches, and making sure your pants are still laying flat, measure straight across the leg of the pants to the side seam and multiply by 2. Now for our final two measurements, back rise and ankle circumference. To measure the back rise, you'll be measuring down the center back of the pants. Start at the waistband seam and measure down to the crotch junction seam. If your pants have a gusset, this is where you will include the width of that gusset. And finally, we'll measure the ankle circumference by holding the hem of the pants up to the ruler and multiplying by 2. To finish, I strongly recommend that you double check all of these measurements at least twice. While minor discrepancies can be identified and fixed during the mock-up process, major adjustments might call for a redo of the entire mock-up, which will significantly delay the turnaround time for your pants and incur more shipping costs. You've now provided the measurements for your waist, front rise, hip, thigh, back rise, and ankle circumference. I'll also ask you to provide your inseam in store-bought pants. You can submit these via the link below or on email at bria@incidentalwildland.com. Thanks!